Welcome back in one of the Baseball Plays YouTube channel. Today is Saturday, February 22nd. I'm back breaking down some more college basketball picks. Villanova has gone final. They dominated against Marquette. We got the win there on the money line. Jordan did not go over the total points, had 12 and a half, only scored 9 in the game. I want to say he didn't score any in the first half. This was Brick's night. His last name is Brick, which is kind of crazy for being a college basketball player, but he had himself a day. I think he started in this game. Jordan started in this game. I don't know if he came off the bench or not. But Villanova altogether, their shooting in this game was incredible. Big bounce back spot at home. They get the win there. So 1-1 currently with the player props on the game picks. Michigan going right now. This team is so frustrating. Like, they were kind of dominating towards the back end of the second half, or back end of the first half. Let Michigan State back in at halftime. Now it's a 42-46 game. Not sure how it's going to go. Most likely what's going to happen is whoever wins the last 4 minutes wins the game. That's how we usually see these, conference matchups go and rivalry matchups go, Michigan against Michigan State. So whoever wins the last 4 minutes probably gets the game. Hopefully Michigan can win the game outright. That would be very, very nice for us. But let's go over to the plays for Saturday. We have a lot to talk about. And I say this every single time. I'm going to go quick, and this time I mean it. I'm going quick. Tennessee against Texas A&M. Tennessee's a very good team. Tennessee is better than Texas A&M. Tennessee is better on the defensive side than Texas A&M. I think Texas A&M guards are better than Tennessee. I love Ziegler. He can score. He's a very good assist man. I love Lanier. He can score, but sometimes he goes cold. He can put up 25-plus points per game. I understand that, but I'm going to trust Phelps. I'm going to trust Taylor in this game at home. A&M coming off of that kind of a blowout against Mississippi State on the road in their last game. I think that was a look ahead for them to this game against Tennessee. They're going to put their best effort out there. I'm going to take Texas A&M here on the money line as the first play of the day. Iowa State going up against Houston. Houston's the better team. Houston's going to be at home. I don't care. Iowa State hasn't been playing the best basketball over the last several months. That's saying something because this team usually don't lose 2 in a row, usually don't lose 3 in a row. They have actually done that 2 times over the last 3 weeks. But they're going to bounce back here. This is going to be a very competitive game. These teams are basically the exact same team. Whoever puts up a very good 4 minutes in the last 4 offensively will most likely win this one. Both defenses will perform well. I'm going to take the points here. 8.5 is way too many for Iowa State in this game. Next play, Kentucky against Alabama. Everybody was saying Alabama was going to beat up on Missouri. We all had Missouri on the money line in that game. They dominated from the tip. And I really shouldn't say dominated because Alabama in the second half pulled within 7. After everything that happened to Alabama in the first half, they were in that game in the second half down by 7. Now, kind of got away from them with like 8 or 6 minutes left in the game, but this is the game to put everything you got in Alabama. Kentucky coming off a good win against Vanderbilt. They're going to put up a lot of points in this game. Alabama, this place is going to be rocking. Back-to-back losses for Alabama. They're going to dominate Kentucky in this game, and the spread is telling us they're going to dominate them. Minus 9.5 is what I'm seeing right now. I would take Bama minus 9.5, but I think the better play is Alabama team total over. They're going to put up 100-plus points in this game against Kentucky. Pace of play is going to be very, very high. If you want to take the over in this game, that would be my second best play. But Alabama team total, 92.5, 93.5, somewhere around there as the third play. SMU going up against Clemson. ACC battle. SMU showed me something against Notre Dame. Clemson showed me something against Duke. This is a show-me game. Which one of these teams wants to win the ACC? Which one, or I shouldn't say win the ACC, compete with Duke. It's what I should say. Which one of these teams want to be talked about as maybe a dark horse come March Madness time? SMU currently not ranked. If they win this game, they will be ranked in the next AP poll. I'm going to take SMU on the money line. They're scoring a lot of points over the last several games. The defense has been decent over the last several games. That game against Notre Dame was massive for my confidence to take them in this game. So I'm taking them on the money line as the fourth play today. Fifth play, had to throw it in here. St. Mary's against Gonzaga. When these two teams meet, it's always fun to watch. But I'm going to take Gonzaga here, minus 5.5. If Graham EK can dominate down low, Gonzaga wins this game by double-digit points. If not, if he gets in foul trouble, St. Mary's might win this one outright. St. Mary's defense, everybody knows, it's fantastic. Gonzaga's actually been pretty good defensively as well this season over the last couple games, especially. St. Mary's let Portland, was it Portland or Pacific? I want to say it was Portland score 70-plus points the last time maybe 65-plus points the last time they played. Not sure if they were looking ahead to Gonzaga, but that's a little bit concerning for that defense. That's a horrible, horrible team over there on the other side. So I'm going to take Gonzaga here. They're going to be at home, score a bunch of points. I'm going to take them minus 5.5 as the play. Sixth play, Ole Miss against Vanderbilt. Smash spot for Vanderbilt. coming off that really disappointing loss on the road to Kentucky last week. I told you about it. They were, down? No, they were up by 1 at the half, and then they just couldn't make a shot to save their life in the second half. At home, they have been very, very competitive this season, hung with Auburn, hung with Florida. They hung with the top 2 teams in the country this season at home, lost that game by 4 and 5, I believe it was. Ole Miss is a good team. They're just not a great team. I think Vanderbilt can beat them very easily on their home floor. I'll take them here on the money line as the play. Final play of the day for the game picks. You can just skip if you want. It's in me. It's inside of me. I have no control over it. I'm taking Kansas minus 15.5. Everybody is on Twitter. Everybody, X, the Everything app, sorry. Everybody's on X saying plus 15.5. Oklahoma State, easiest bet of my life. Oklahoma State plus 15.5. Is this fake? Oklahoma State plus 15.5. Bill Self made the comment that said, and I quote, the new season starts this weekend. And I believe Bill Self's a Hall of Fame coach. His coaching job this season, not great. But Bill Self's a Hall of Fame coach. I trust him with my life for the most part. I think Kansas dominates in this game. Back home, after back-to-back losses, they put a hurting on Oklahoma State. Minus 15.5, massive, massive number after they lost by 30 to BYU in the last game. That tells me something also with the book. That just tells me something. This feels like a blowout Central. 87-59, I'm marking my words, final score in that game. Let's go to the player props. 3 player props, all of them being different. Assist points and 3-point total for the 3 player props. First one, assists. Mark Sears, 4.5 to 5.5, averaging 4.8 on the season. We could see this at 5.5. Might be able to take the 6+ or 6.5. Kentucky, defensively, 261st in the country. They are horrible defensively. Alabama's got a lot of anger, and I mean a lot of anger built up. They had, 4 technical fouls in that game against Kentucky, 2 clear path fouls, against Missouri, 2 clear path fouls against Missouri. Mark Sears was very frustrated in the first half, came out in the second half, and basically dominated the entire game. It was just too little too late for Mark Sears in that one. 35 points in the last game. He had 5 assists. This is where we see Alabama. Everybody on the floor will be making open jumpers, will be making easy layups. Holloway, if you want to take him for a player prop, he's been very, very good for Alabama coming off the bench. He is going to have a breakout game. One of these games against a top 25 team, he's got so much talent. He's just got to stay on the floor. He's got to play better defense, and he's going to have a 25-plus game one of these times. Maybe in this game against Kentucky, but I'm going to go with the total assists for Mark Sears. This guy has the ball in his hands 100% of the time. He's going to get it to his guys, make open shots in this game against Kentucky over the total assists as the first play. Second play, Zeke Mayo, over his total points, 14.5. I talked about this on the free play side with the splits at home and away. Some players are just so good at home compared to the away stats. That's what we have with Zeke Mayo here. Also, I believe Kansas will dominate Oklahoma State. At home for Zeke Mayo, he shoots 12.9 times per game, makes 6.1 of those shots, 47.2% from the field, 44.2% from 3, 3.1 of 6.9 attempts knocked down. On the road, 32% from 3, 1.6 to 6.1, 39.8% from the field on the road, 4.1 to 10.3. Points per game at home, 17.7. Points per game on the road, 10.6. Home cooking here for Zeke Mayo. He needs himself a big game coming off a very, 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 very disappointing game in the last one going up against BYU. Only 6 points, 2 of 9 shooting, 2 of 7 from deep. Big bounce back game here for Zeke Mayo. Over 14.5 points as the second play of the day and the third play of the day. And the final play of the day on the player props side, Tyler Nickel. This guy can knock down threes from the outside. And just like Zeke Mayo, his numbers at home are way better than on the road. 2.6 made threes per game at home this season, shooting 40% from the field. 1.7 on the road, shooting 34% from the field or from three-point line on the road. 11.5 points per game at home, 7.1 points per game on the road. This guy likes his home building. The last game that he played was against Auburn. He only had 5 points in that game, 17 minutes coming off the bench. I have a feeling that he's going to get between 25 and 30 minutes in this game going up against Ole Miss. They're going to take advantage of the perimeter shots in this game. He's going to have this one cashed in the first 10 minutes of this game, even if he's coming off the bench. Over 1.5 made threes as the final play of the day. Let's go take a look at that recap graphic. We are going to be taking 7 total plays and 3 total player props today, 10 plays in total. A&M money line, Iowa State plus 8.5. Too many points in that matchup. Defensive battle, Gonzaga -5.5 going up against St. Mary's. All up on EK. He can control this game. If he does, we win big. If he doesn't, St. Mary's has a chance to win that one. Kansas -15.5. You can just disregard that. People call me crazy, I'm sure, but Bill Self doesn't lose 3 in a row. Plus, we're at home, and we've lost back-to-back. This is going to be an ass-kicking, I think, by Kansas, even though I still don't think they're very good. Bama, team total over 92.5, probably the best play of the day. 93.5, maybe, if it gets up on that over. SMU on the money line against Clemson, and then Vandy on the money line going up against Ole Miss. I believe SMU, I want to say Vandy and A&M are all 3 underdogs at +1.5, so I love the dogs at home as well. Mark Sears over his total assists, 4.5, 5.5, somewhere around there. Mayo, 14.5 points, most likely against OK State. And then Tyler Nickel, over 1.5 made threes, going up against Ole Miss as the final play of the day. That's going to do it for the NCAA basketball picks and props for Saturday, February 22nd slate of games. So you guys enjoy the content. Please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.